My name is Cian Lim, and my film title is Tabon, and this is my first time entering Cinemalaya. My first film for Cinemalaya was actually 2009 with Direk Gil Cortez titled Two Funerals.
Ako po si Cheryl Rose Andes. Ang title ng aking pelikula ay Pandango sa Hukay. First time filmmaker po ako and first time to compete for Cinemalaya 2019.
I'm Arden Rod Condes. My film is John Denver Trending. This is my first ever entry for Cinemalaya, and this is also my first film as a director.
Nagsimula yung idea, nagsimula siya 5 years ago actually. Five years ago, and I've always had a fascination with caves. Nung naisip ko yung concept ng pelikula, sabi ko, I just want to get a movie. I want to translate it on paper muna. That's how it started. So I started writing. Sabi kasi tinanong ako nung i-ayos ng unang writer ko. Sabi niya, ano bang gusto mo mangyari? Sabi ko, eto kasi ganitong concept. I want a little bit of mystery, and at the same time gusto ko yung setting ko ganito, kuweba. And at the same time, I want to have a family drama. So sabi niya, oh sige, para maintindihan ko pa yung mga pinagsasasabi mo, isulat mo. First couple of pages, I was writing. Doon slowly ipanganak yung tabon, and in the process, we were cleaning it up. And ayun, we came to this day, 6 years later, and ito na yung pelikula.
Actually, hindi po ako yung writer. So, pinagkatiwala po ni Adrian Legaspi yung kanyang kwento sa akin. Siya ay manunulat talaga. Pareha kaming taga Cavite, kaya may common ground or common denominator pag pinag-uusapan. Pero in terms of collaboration, mas nilabas ko lang or mas nilagyan ko lang ng tatak ko bilang ang background ko kasi ay ako isang documentary filmmaker. So, may ganun akong timpla ng sa mga ilang communities na napuntahan ko. Tapos, boses ko bilang babae at bilang director. Ayun. So, parang may balance ng gender. I hope, no? I hope.
Actually, dumating siya talaga sa akin. Then, narinig ko sa radyo, yung balita tungkol sa isang batang nagpakamatay after niyang dalhin ng teacher niya sa presinto pagkatapos niyang akusahan na nagnakaw siya ng iPad.
Nung first couple of months, I think mga 6 months, tinry ko i-solo eh. Tinry kong magsulat lang ng magsulat. But again, sa natutunan ko this past months and years, you can't be hindi ka pwedeng mag-isa to be a filmmaker. You need people to support the vision. I think yun yung isa sa mga napaka-challenging na proseso is to find someone to share the vision with you. Cut the long story short, napakaraming proseso akong pinagdaanan to actually come up with the final script of the film.
One thing na interesting dito ay yung narinig kong totoong kwento sa radyo. And at the same time, a week after that, merong isang pangyayari din sa hometown namin sa Pandanantique na yung may tatlong batang naging viral sa social media all because nung bugbog sila ng isang batang may special needs. Sobra silang nabully sa social media na in the end, yung bully sa video na yan naging bullied sa social media. At the same time, a week after that, nakarinig naman, nagkwento yung isang kasama ko sa trabaho na may isang batang teenager na babae ang nagpakamatay sa Cebu live sa Facebook. So, doon ko talaga naisip na someone has to tell a story like this sa panahon ngayon.
The story of Tabon is it's really it's a story about family. It's a family drama. I would say it's a family drama. Nakikita ko siya as that, and it's basically to summarize everything. It's a son longing for the love of his father. Yun yung story ko, and it revolves around that.
Ang Pandango sa Hukay ay tungkol sa isang journey ng isang midwife na nag-apply abroad So, tatakbo siya in 3 days. So, ayoko na i-reveal yung ilan. Pero, sayaw ng buhay. So, metaphor yung pandango doon sa kwento.
Sa selection process, I wanted the actors to be the ones na nakatrabaho ko na, to be the ones na, may not necessarily naman nakatrabaho ko na, but certain actors here sa Tabon, kumbaga, inspired me. May mga sa kanya-kanya silang inspiration. Yes, I've worked with so many people. I've gone through a lot of staff. I've gone through so many productions, but I needed to find someone na, kumbaga, hindi ako mahihiya, and someone na I would be able to fully trust and fully maikwento ko. And yung kwento kasi I thought before na para maikwento yung vision was only like over coffee. Akala ko ganun, but it's not.
Natagalan ako sa pagpili ng lead actually, ng lead, yung si Elena. Gusto ko yung babae rin na meron ding advocacy. So, hindi lang pumipili as artista na kahit gampanan lang yung role. Bagkus, pwede rin mag-identify yung mga tao in terms of advocacy.
Main factor talaga dito ay yung idea na yung isang common person, like in this case, isang bata na hindi kilala ng tao, ay all of a sudden naging sikat all over the Philippines and even all over the world. So, I had to get someone, a boy na hindi kilala ng tao.
As an actor, not yet as a director, na per sequence usually bine-breakdown ko siya per unit or per beats ng dialogue. I always ask, I always have a close communication with my director and the writer of the project. So lagi ako nangungulit. Makulit talaga akong artista. And to the point na kakainisan nyo na ako kasi ang kulit-kulit ko. But I mean, I always say, through the years, I've learned to tone down. Huwag niyo pong masamain para naman po ito sa ikagaganda at sa ikaiintindi ko kasi I just need a solid foundation of kung ano man yung ginagawa ko or ba't sasabihin ng character ko. So yun, I think, having that said, I'm very open to criticism. I'm very open to, constructive criticism. I consider it as that. I'm the director, and yes, I wrote the script, but we also have to give respect and chance to the actors playing it. Kasi napakalaking bagay yun, napakalaking bagay na may collaboration dito.
Film is a collaborative medium, so I'm just happy na yung nabuo kong team, so ay collaborative naman talaga in all essence. So I have producers who let's say help me in terms of the logistics and then on the creative side, and then I have my creative team na parang pag nagsiscene by scene kami, mas na-discuss sa kanila yung kwento. Parang mas kumakapal yung vision ko in terms of executing the film.
Ako naman, I've been trained kasi sa television for more than 10 years. Sanay ako sa madaming arguments. Pero kasi, I made sure for my first film as a director na sana ako na masusunod ngayon. Kasi this is my first time na Cinemalaya. It's all about freedom. Dito ko first time naramdaman na kung ano lang yung gusto ko, yun lang yung masusunod. So, naiintindihan naman yun ng grupo. And very supportive sila sa gusto kong nangyari sa pelikula.
The main character is his longing for his father. So, I think yun yung core meaning. I mean, yun yung something that sa mga Pilipino, we're very family-oriented. We always search for that love. We always want to experience that love for family. And ako, coming from a broken family, that's always been my thing. Na parang, I am not the type of person na, bakit? I'm not the type of person that really does that. Pero, yun, huge inspiration and huge yun nga, if we're gonna find meaning in the film, is really the family being broken, and finding that love.
Ang Pantago sa Hukay ay kwento ng isang babae at para sa akin, mas maganda siyang ikwento ng isang babae rin na filmmaker. So I think yung assertion din dito ng presence ng women filmmakers sa independent cinema o sa paggawa ng pelikula. So I also made sure na majority ng aking team ay kababaihan. Ng kwento, I think, microcosm siya ng nangyayari sa isang maternity clinic. So, isang silip sa mga issues on reproductive health, empowerment ng kababaihan, current issues, extrajudicial killings, urban culture. Nag-touch din ako on the hip-hop culture. So, meron siyang ganun, tipla.
Kasi for me, I consider this film as a cautionary tale na about social media and how we misuse it sa panahon ngayon. So, for me, sana yung impact ng pelikula nito, sana we just have to take a pause for a moment and study kung hanggang saan na ba tayo umabot sa paghahawak natin ng kapangyarihan ng social media.
I would start with the emotional. Simulan natin doon. Maski ito yung pinagsisigawan ng puso mo, you're so scared and you're just worried. I mean, a lot of us are like that, including me na rin nung nagsimula ako na we're scared with what people are gonna say and people are gonna be like, bakit yung ginagawa to, kaya ba niya? Hindi naman niya kaya eh. So, emotionally, I had to slowly get rid of that. Natatakot ako, yung takot of getting that dream, of getting what you want. Sabi naman ni Direk May sa akin, I mean, there's gonna be people who's gonna be supporting your vision and take care of those people kasi mahirap nga makahanap ng mga tao that will be on the same page as you. And yun, I think it's more of the people that I've worked with. Meron talagang, it helps na emotionally kasi it helps to have people supporting you to be able to push you to do what you want. Yun yan, nasasabi ni Direk Joyce at ni Direk May na tuloy mo lang yung vision mo, kung ano yung nakikita mo, what you believe in.
Well, una, sa story-wise, mas kininis pa namin yung kwento. Pitching also with producers and investors. Yun yung mga unang step once nakapasok pa dito. Palad lang din ako kasi nung napili kami for Cinemalaya, tapos August in-announce, September nanalo sa Palangka yung script. Dagdag pressure on me, no? Award-winning yung script, so the more pressure. Pero I find it very a good opportunity, no? Para mas pagtiwalaan yung material. Ang journey kapag isang baguhan ka, no, na filmmaker, so parang sino ba to? Diba? I-question yung credential mo, and especially you're working with mga batikang artista. So sino ba siya? Ano yung filmography niya? And
naghanda naman ako. I prepared my shot list, those kind of stuff. Kasi first time ko ang gumawa ng pelikula. Iba rin talaga pala yung magsulat ka lang, tsaka mag-direct kasi iba. And since nasa Antique ito, sa Pandan Antique siya ginawa, yung isa siguro interesting preparation namin ay lahat kami, dumaan muna kami sa albularyo para humingi ng blessing. Bakit? Parang hindi kami usugin. Ay, si Mary.
Ano yan? It's your own personal.
Tapos it's like tradition sa taon namin na kapag may mga bagong salta, kailangan mo nang dumaan dun saan para hindi usugin. Hindi ko na sasabing totoo yun o hindi, pero yun talaga. Tradition talaga sa nung time na nag-shoot kami, sobrang lakas ng hangin. Like, amihan doon na lahat, pag nakita niyo yung pelikula, lahat ng dahon gumagalaw at lahat may ingay ng hangin. So, interesting siya kasi na-challenge kami kung paano siya ilulusot sa sound design. Pero kasi isip ko, magagamit siguro din namin yun in terms of makakatulong siya sa theme ng pelikula. Siguro din interesting kasi nga, yun, na doon kami nag-shoot sa hometown ko na, well, kilala bilang, chichismis ang bugad ng mga aswang, hindi naman totoo yan. Pero nilaro namin sa ano din, sa pelikula. So yun yung isa rin sa kailangan abangan ng mga tao. Kung paano napasok yung kultura ng tao na yun sa issue ng cyberbullying.
For me, as a new breed of filmmaker, or as a new breed director, ang gusto ko share is I want people to be more open with genres. So I think this is a huge platform, this is a huge opportunity para sa mga new batch of filmmakers, directors, creatives to change that. I mean, we're not causing a big change na tara magsama-sama tayo at mag-rally tayo. Hindi naman ganun. After we produce, after we direct, after Cinemalaya has the 2019 thing, ang huli lang namang tatanungin namin sa sarili namin is ano ba yung na-contribute namin sa taon na ito at sa film industry. So yeah, for me, I want to be able to contribute a new experience for the viewers.
Sa akin, habang merong ginagawa ang mga nasa possession, no? I mean, FDCP, Cinemalaya, and other film festival, no? Networks man yan, no? At nakikipag-lobby with government in terms of taxes and all. And I think on the ground, mas palakasin pa yung literacy sa pag-embrace na, I mean, ang sining ay kailangan din sa lipunan, no? So we make our art relevant para mas yayakapin tayo ng ating audience. Parang mayroong culture of, let's say, going to the cinema and watching relevant films that not just for entertainment, but something na meron silang kabupulutan ng aral or something with relevance, with political voice and agenda or advocacy. So I think meron pang ganong kailangan palakasin sa pag-raise ng consciousness for Filipino audience in terms of watching cinema.